Hello, everyone, and welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Greg Ambrosius, and man, we're going to have some fun tonight. Valentine's Day, Valentine's night. What other thing would we do than us two males doing a live stream draft? I'm with Hall of Famer Mark Srebro. Mark, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, buddy. Getting ready to crush some souls, Greg.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, your wife gave you permission for this, or you just told her, "Here's 2 dozen roses. I got a draft tonight."
Yeah, kind of that way. But her family's over visiting. I'm down in the basement here doing this. They're all upstairs. Grandson's over, so they're having a good time. I'm having a good time.
There you
Let's
go.
do it, baby. You think
I took
you
my
think
wife
our
out to
you think the competitors in this have any idea what's in store for them tonight?
Well, they've heard it from you, but I don't know if they've ever felt it from you before. There are a lot of veterans in this one, so
Hey, listen, I got receipts right behind me, buddy. Let's
how
do
much?
it.
How much is that one for? 250, or how much is that one for?
257, baby.
Okay, 257. Now, you were in the live stream the other night when I was with Zach Waxman. He says you're the favorite to win the main event this year. What do you say to that?
That's probably some smart money. But let me ask you this: has anyone ever won an overall from a live stream before? I don't
Never.
think so. Okay,
No,
never. Let's
never.
make some history then.
All right, so this is 150,000. The main event is 200,000. Can you take them both, you think, this year? What are you doing? I mean, you haven't won a national title in the NFBC. You got 3 in football, 3 national titles. None, Mr. Hall of Famer, in baseball.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising, especially since baseball is more skill than football, I think. But
Yeah, yeah.
I told Jason, my partner, I can't retire from the NFBC until I take down the main event. So you got me another year, Greg.
Okay, well, this is the year then. I'm looking forward to it. So we're not going to see you in Las Vegas. You got some other things going on. That's okay. I understand it. Maybe coming to football, Caesar's Palace. What do you think of Caesar's Palace?
Oh man, that's going to be epic. Jason and I already looking forward to it. Caesar's Palace. When's the date for that again, Greg?
September 9th through the 12th.
9th through the 12th. Yeah, we'll be there. Love it. Football's a great atmosphere out there.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Like you say, baseball, you admit, more skillful. I remember after you won the Classic, you go, there's so much luck in football. It was lucky. I was like, come on, you won the overall for crying out loud. But baseball, no, 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 no luck in baseball, right?
Well, what do you mean? I hold the career, main event record with 14, I think. So, I mean, the skill is showing through. You need to have a perfect season to kind of win
Yeah,
the overall. I came in
yeah.
second one year, but not first.
There you go. All right. We're going to have at least 855 teams this year. I'm telling you what, Mark, we are tracking well ahead of last year's sellout pace of 855 teams. The draft champions is through the freaking roof. 150s, 50s, everything. So good stuff this year, people. Keep drafting, keep drafting. It's only February 14th. We've got 6 more weeks of this. So let's keep drafting. Here we go. The beat. Mark Srebro, Rotowire Online Championship.
Yeah,
These first 3 are so easy, aren't they?
this is my first 12 teamer in a couple years, so might be a little rusty, but it won't matter, Greg. But
All
yeah, the
right, let's.
top three is kind of guaranteed here.
Yeah, those 3 are guaranteed. Judge usually goes second. Witt goes third. You have the 6th pick. Tell me, was that your KDS choice? Did you just go 1 to 12? What'd you do?
I mean, I like the sixth pick. You're in the middle of the draft to catch some falling value. You see Nick Kurtz go at
Really?
5.
Yeah.
You laugh your balls off on that one. So let's go set up a nice advantage on the pitching front. The staff's going to be a nightmare for everybody to contain. This is going to be fantastic. What a great setup already.
I knew you were going Tariq Skubal right away. I really did. I didn't think he would go at 5. I didn't think Kurtz would go at 5. Ramirez has been at 5 mostly, drops to 7 here. Acuna has been really rising up since the Winter League. He's running in the Winter League and such. What do you think?
Well, yeah, everybody sees. I think he had like 8 stolen bases in the Winter League. So now they're thinking, hey, maybe a
Yep.
40-40 season. You'd never know. But I mean, at 8, that's a nice pick.
Yeah.
7, Ramirez, that's a nice pick too.
Yep.
So, uh, you know, what are you going to
What
do? These guys are going to go someplace, and it's right around 6,
what
7,
about
8.
6? Is Skubal at 6? Is that a good pick or what?
Well, like I said, the rotation is going to be a nightmare. Like, good luck with these 11 other teams trying to contain me.
There
You
you
know,
go. There you
it's not
go.
like I can just pick Scooble and that's it. Trust me, I got all the breakout guys, the sleepers. I'm ready to rock and roll on
All
this
right.
front.
I love it. I love it. All right. So in the main event, we have not seen more than 3 pitchers really going in 15-team DCs, right, in the first round. We know how things change when we get to Las Vegas, when we get to the main events. Do you think that's going to stay where we're going to have 3 starting pitchers in the first round only, or do you think a Sanchez moves up or
No,
somebody else moves
I
up?
mean Sanchez might move up a little bit, but no way he gets in the first
Yeah.
round. So
Yeah.
it'll be 3. I mean Otani, if you count him, it'll be 4. But
Mm,
yeah, it'll
yeah.
be 3 other than Otani. No way
So
Sanchez moves up that much.
there goes Crochet. So there you got 3 in the first 11. Like I say, we do that in the first 15. So Otani's talking about wanting to win the Cy Young Award. So you draft him number 1. Now you got a decision every week. How many times do you think you would use him at pitcher this year?
If he ever gets a 2-start week, I'd certainly consider it.
But
Other
without
than
that,
that, I wouldn't use him as pitcher
yeah,
now.
yeah,
No,
he's
2
not going to
starters,
get.
sure.
They're going to pitch him every 6 days. You know that, right? So it'd be very tough to get a 2-start week. But
Right. But I
hey,
will
man,
say if he's going for the Cy Young, that
yeah,
means, is he going to take the foot off we're all human. Is he
yeah,
going to be able to go max effort
right.
on the hitting front? If he's going max effort on the pitching front.
Is he going to steal that many bases because he's pitching also, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, man, I'm going to have some great selections here in the second round. This is setting up
Caminero.
great.
Caminero goes 14. Change ballpark, folks. Remember, but man, that guy was good last year at that bandbox that he was hitting at. Just remember. Hey, what about Corbin Carroll? We're going to talk about the Hammett boy. Holy cow. 13th for Corbin Carroll, even with the
Yeah, I was
Hammett
hoping he
injury.
fell to me here, middle of the 6th, just to
You would,
catch that falling value. People are
yeah.
scared, but looks like it didn't happen.
Scared money doesn't, or, scared money doesn't win, right?
That's right.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I want to watch these 3 Hammett bone injury guys. Talk about first day of spring training. We didn't even have any games or anything. We lost 3 guys to Hammett bone injuries.
Yeah, listen, it's chaos, so people
Yep.
are gonna let's see what people do.
All
Let's
right, we're
go.
up to you, Buster.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
take
like
a
the
nice
Ramirez.
outfielder here.
A Brewer, you're doing that for me or what?
Well, why not? It is Valentine's Day, Greg.
I like the Ramirez Guerrero start. There you go. There goes Cal Raleigh. Team 5's on the heliums. The Nick Kurtz, Cal Raleigh from last year.
There's just so many first base and third base, but mostly first base that I think first base gets downgraded in this format.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys you can get in the 20s that they're not going to do what Vlad did, but they're going to
Right.
do better than where they're getting drafted, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I
So
wouldn't
the
look to
one
lock those guys up
the
early.
one weak position, and I have to think you would agree, is the second base position this year. How do you attack that? Or do you just kind of hold on? There goes Chisholm right there. But boy, you only see about 5 second basemen in the first 5, 6, 7 rounds.
Yeah, second base is pretty weak. It's more pronounced, obviously, in the 15-teamer.
Yeah.
But there's some guys I like late, so it's certainly nothing to press about. But what you press about is starting pitching,
Yeah.
because you got the Hall of Famer with Scooble starting out. It's going to be a tough mountain for these other guys to climb,
It's tough
especially
to
since
climb.
I'm not going to take my foot off the gas pedal with starting pitching either.
I like it. I like it. All right, team 2 going with back-to-back shortstops there. Bobby Witt, Zach Neto. Again, on these live streams, we like to look at the roster builds as well, right? Like Mark said, does he take Tariq Skubal and then just bang hitting for a couple of rounds, or does he, double up on starting pitchers? Does he take the top closer after that? Is he going for
Yeah,
75 pitching points, right? Let's see
like
what happens here.
first base, I was going to fade that, and then the Witt Neto start. I'm not filling my middle infield that quick. Not in a
Yeah.
12-teamer. You're
Yeah.
taking some good value off the board later, I think.
All right, we got our first closer off the board. Mason Miller's suddenly become the number 1 closer, going 25th overall. 4 starting pitchers only, and then 1 closer. PCA goes to team 2. He's loading up the offense.
Loading up the offense. That's not Armstrong. Me or you could have hit as good as he did in the second half last year, Greg.
He still has that 30-30 potential, though, right? But yeah, he did fade down the stretch, definitely.
Well, if the pitchers figured him out, and that whole
Yeah,
second half was a monster fade.
yeah. Very possible. Very possible. Hunter Brown, great year last year. He goes to team 3. So again, we're kind of watching the yellow stickers. Trust me, when you get to Las Vegas or the main events, I think they move up, obviously, in 15 teamers, 12 teamers, certainly a little bit different. Our second baseman, we talk about that being really a weak position.
Yeah, yeah, Marte, nice setup there, I think. Schwarber. Now
All
look
right.
at this. You got big, unless I didn't miss them, Pete Alonso sitting here. Wow. But I'm fading first base, baby.
Oh,
So team 7, who took
yes.
Vlad, would have been nice to have Alonso there. I'm going with. Oh, look at that value, baby.
The helmet bone injury. Oh, no. Alonso, he goes back-to-back first baseman, says, thank you very much. Oh,
Good luck. You're giving it. There's some
this,
good opportunity costs you're losing there, I think.
oh, this is going to light up Twitter, I think. Lindor in the 3rd round to the Hall of Famer. Doesn't it
Yeah. Well,
zap his power at all?
hey, the only way I get Lindor in the 3rd round is he has this, injury to maybe start the year. He might be rolling out day
That's true.
1. We'll
That's
see.
true. Not playing in the WBC. What do you think? This is the WBC year. Do we want our guys playing in the WBC or we do not want them? Do we want Tariq Skubal pitching for the USA a lot of innings?
Well, probably not. But listen, what are you going to do? Scooble gives such an edge, in my opinion. I was hoping he'd be there at 6. I saw he's been taken before that in some drafts. So very happy he fell. Churio, obviously, at such a young age, he's put up 2 back-to-back 2020 seasons, hoping for some improvement this year. We'll see. And Lindor, he's 30-30, right? So I think a very nice start. And it's almost like, I got a 25-25 guy in the 2nd round. We'll see what happens with the power with Lindor. But let's say a 25-30 guy in the 3rd round. That doesn't even count Scooble. Greg, this is setting up great. You got my address for the check, right? For the grand prize?
Lindor was 30-30 when he had that hook on his helmet, but that hook now got replaced. So that's a big hook. Yeah, I know.
So what? I should have taken Alonso?
Well, Team 7 snapped him up in like 2 seconds.
Right.
So, no, I'm not second guessing you. I'm just saying Twitter might second guess you here. We'll see what they say.
That's all right. I can handle Twitter.
Oh, Ben Rice at pick 35. They did re-sign Goldschmidt, although Rice is catcher eligible. What do you think there?
Horrible. Way too early. They signed Goldschmidt. Rice will probably be platooned. I think that was a setup all along, in my opinion. So I faded him in drafts. So I don't like it.
But we'll see. We shall see. Yamamoto seems like pretty good value there late in the 3rd round there. And
that was a nice one.
Yep.
Listen, Greg, I can't get everybody. I only get 1 pick around.
I know, but they're starting to catch up to you now in strikeouts and whip and ERA. So your edge is minimal now.
Well, no, I don't think so. They need a couple more pitchers to catch up with Scooble.
Okay. So you've been doing a bunch of DCs, or what you been up to in the draft room?
I think I've done like 4 draft champion leagues. This is the latest I've ever started any season. I didn't start until sometime in January. But I don't want to burn out, so I'm trying to start late. So I'm really just trying to learn the player pool in January. I haven't done much in the off season. So
how'd the football play out this year for you guys?
Good. We entered, I think it was 6 high stakes leagues at $1,700 a pop or higher entry fee, and we made the playoffs in 5 of the 6. So that's pretty damn fantastic. We didn't win any overalls or anything like that, but it was a nice season.
Yeah, very good, very good. Just so everybody knows, we inducted Mark into the NFFC Hall of Fame in September in Las Vegas at Park MGM. He is the first and only Hall of Famer in both the NFBC and NFFC. Again, 3 national titles in football, none in baseball, but his credentials were still good enough to get in the Hall of Fame in 2019. And I've kept you in there. Unlike Sean Childs, who's on the edge. I always threaten to kick him out. He's probably watching right now, but Sean, you're still in. Once you're in, we don't kick you out.
Yeah, Childs has to up his game, ever since he went into the content creation
Yeah.
and, he's got deadlines to make and things like that. I noticed, he's not the player he once was.
He's giving away all his secrets. That's why you're not supposed to give all your secrets tonight here.
Well, I'm not sure I'm giving any secrets away, but, Scooble's a god, but
I think more than anything, Sean started bowling more because he's doing left-handed and right-handed, and that took up a lot of his time, I think.
I got you. All right. So this
Another
sets up nicely.
Closer goes off there, Duran.
This sets up nicely. There he is.
All right, got the closer.
Let's get the closer so I don't have to Mickey Mouse any shit later. We'll get a bona fide guy.
Just so he's not, cheating on his pitches for prop bets and stuff, because that happens in Cleveland,
That was the prior regime.
Prior closer, it was. It was woo. Starting to see a little bit more yellow stickers here right now. But all right, you got your ace and you got your closer. You got a couple of 20-20, 30-30 possibilities there. You feeling good right now?
There's still a couple starting pitchers on the board that if they're there in the fifth,
yeah,
it's going to be awfully tempting.
Throw them in the barn with Scooble there, I think. Hey, Contreras in the fourth round. All right. Hunter Green to team 3. Max Fried. Nobody's taking much time here. We're cruising this one. 13 minutes, 4 rounds. I like it.
Yeah. How long do these 12 teamers last, Greg?
You know what? A little over 2:15, I think.
Oh, okay. Not bad at all.
No, for 30 rounds, they cruise pretty good. We'll go through, like I say, 12, 13 rounds. We'll go about halfway through. Then we'll let Mark concentrate. But, the goal of the live stream is to show you guys where players are going in the early rounds, the roster builds of each team. And then after we get the halfway point, of course, everybody's trying to fill in the rosters and such. But
yeah, that Reagans is a nice pick there, Greg. At the 4-5 turn, he's going to be somebody moving up for the main events, the big drafts. I could see him easily third round everywhere.
I like him an awful lot too. Yep.
So that was a nice pick.
We got closers. We've got Diaz. I mean, how many saves does Diaz get with the Dodgers this year? I mean,
the saves are always tricky to say. They have some lefties too. But, I mean, if you're getting them, you're hoping for like 35 or so, right?
Yeah. There's Langford, who was on a lot of championship teams last year. Munoz fallen to the 5th round. I mean, early in the DCs, he was the number 1 closer going off the board. Then it was Miller and Munoz.
Really? He was number 1 early on.
He was early on. Yes, he was. And then Diaz, after signing with the Dodgers, moved on up. But, Munoz is getting a little less love as the 5th closer right now. But still, these top 5 closers are pretty determined for sure.
Yeah, so for your audience there, I'm trying to stay pretty balanced with the team. So you don't see me loading up on any middle infield or corner infield slots. No 2 outfielders early either. Just how I like to roll, a little bit on the balance side.
Just so everybody knows, the Rotowire Online Championship is a $350 entry fee, 12 teams, 30 rounds. We had over 2,800 teams last year. Prizes are based on that again this year. So win the league, $1,400. Second place is $700. And then we have the overall grand prize of $150,000. So we are on pace to top last year's numbers. So jump in whenever you're ready, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And like Mark said, they change all the time. I mean, things happen every day, and these babies change all the time. There's Freddie Peralta, Fast Freddie, going to team 5. He will look good on your team.
Peralta?
Yeah.
Well, not now.
I said he would have looked good on your team.
Oh, would have. Got you. All right, let's go. This guy.
Ooh.
See, I'm a little unconventional with how I build my rosters here, Greg, but it'll work out in the end, I think. Man, that Lindor in the middle third. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, baby.
Okay. All right, let's look at team 7. You forced them into this. Vlad, Pete Alonso, and Matt Olson, three
Listen,
first basemen.
I know Nelson. Nelson's a real good guy. I certainly don't agree with the roster construction there.
There you go.
Sorry, Nelson.
Got the corner and the DH filled
You
up
got your
there.
corner and DH filled up. The homers look good right now, but it's going to come back to haunt you in the end.
There you go. Roman Anthony, teammate, going with three outfielders right away. What do you got to say about that then while you're commenting?
Well, personally, I wouldn't do it. You need to stay balanced. Roman Anthony hasn't proven anything yet, so it's kind of your hoping pick.
It's the spring training. He's in the best shape of his life, and he's added 15 pounds of muscle.
I might have more than 14 main event titles if I don't pay attention to spring training, because I get duped sometimes too, Greg. Guys putting up great performances. I'm like, holy shit, I got to get this guy on my team. And then I move him up some round, a couple spots, and then I pick him, and he's a bag of shit.
But he was stronger, and he was in the best shape of his life.
Yeah, right.
Just couldn't hit the ball. That's all. Hey, so I had a live stream with Thomas Warner, who won the auction championship this year, and he says he never watches any games.
Hey, well, welcome to the team. I don't watch games either. I
That's
don't
what
even
I
watch
told
the
him.
playoffs or anything.
I thought you were the only one that did that. He said, nope, I'm just stats and news, and I do my own analysis, and I don't watch the games.
Gee,
so there's two of you.
That's my alter ego. I love this guy. What's his name? Thomas Warner?
Thomas Warner. You've seen him in Vegas, I'm sure. Yep. So I said, well, I know somebody else who does that as well. I can't do that myself. Not,
isn't baseball too boring to watch, Greg?
The answer
I know
is
they got
yes.
the pitch. They got the pitch clock, but man, it's damn boring.
Trust me, I was going out to the Arizona Fall League when they started the pitch clock, and the games were just quicker and they moved, and it was like, they need this. And then, of course, the Players Association was, oh, no. Well, of course, everybody adapted, and it is a much quicker game now, and it does move a little bit, but you still need the ball and play a little bit more, but such is life. All right, man, first basemans are flying off the board here thanks to Team 7.
It don't
There's
matter.
Mookie.
It don't matter. There's so many of them, Greg.
I'm watching your construction here.
I might not even get a first baseman until like the 15th round.
What do you think about Mookie going in the 6th round? Come on, Hall of Famer. Guy lost a lot of weight last year with sickness.
I mean, seems like a decent pick, but
seems like a decent pick. I think
I can only pick one guy around, so I mean, all these other guys are going to fall.
Bets would have looked good on your team. Oh no, you got Lindor already. Well, he would replace Lindor when he's recovering from that hamate injury.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's see here.
Does your Hall of Fame partner in football ever help you out on online drafts here in baseball?
No, he doesn't know anything about baseball.
Well, that shouldn't stop him from giving opinions.
He doesn't even really know any of the players, Greg.
That still shouldn't stop him from giving opinions. Jeez.
All right, so what do I do here, Greg?
All right, let me see what I got here. Yeah, look at the draft board. Let's see here.
There's some closers I like.
I'm not looking at the starting pitchers, but Scubal's asking for a number 2 pretty soon.
There's plenty of those guys later.
Okay. I guess I'm no help.
All right, let's. Okay, you're concerned about this, Greg?
There you go.
There you go. We'll get that batting average taken care of.
So that's what I was going to ask you about. Batting average is something that you got to keep in mind. You can't afford too many home run hitters who are low batting average. How do you attack batting average? It's always in your mind, right?
Yeah, that's a great question, Greg. So batting average has historically been like one of my worst categories, if you want to call any of my categories worse. And I'm trying to do better each year, and I don't think I've ever won a league where I've had a shitty batting average.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I take care of that. So
Yep.
there you go. You think there's a run on first baseman? So I took a first baseman, should have a very nice batting average, and
Yeah,
help me in
absolutely.
all the other categories as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, Freeman's getting older, but sixth round for a guy who, 295, 25, 90, 90 runs possibly, right? It's hard to argue with that. And he always gets you a handful or more of steals too. So
Right,
I,
right.
I keep seeing him in the sixth round in these live streams, and I'm like, boy, him and Betts in the sixth round in these 12 teamers, I think are bargains.
Wait a minute. So I actually made a good pick?
That was a good pick. It was.
Yes.
Especially with the run on first baseman, you had to jump in soon, didn't you?
Should I thank Nelson?
Nelson likes his team, and Duran's getting him a little speed right now. So hang in there, hang in there.
Have you seen anybody take Scooble in one of these and not take another starting pitcher in a single
Well,
digit round?
that is one way to do it, but usually more people double up, I think, on starting pitchers after that. Bang that category and really just load up.
These 12 teamers are like superpower versus superpower, Greg. Compared to a 15, there's going to be a number of teams looking good at the end of this.
I would say that, yes. I mean, if you take Scooble in a 15, are you taking a pitcher in the third round? Quite possibly, right? Fourth round? Absolutely, right?
Right.
But that's different here.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
No,
Especially since in a 12 teamer, you can stream pitchers much more easily than a 15 teamer.
yeah, yeah.
So I was
So
hyping up.
everybody, Childs a couple years ago said your first three hitters should be 75-75, and that's so hard these days with the stolen bases and such. And it's easy to say, you're always looking for power speed guys, right? That's what you're looking for.
Right.
That's why you took your first two. I mean, do you ever not take a power speed guy early on? I mean, obviously, if a good one's there, but that's what you're looking for early on. If you're
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I like Vlad more in 15 team formats, so I wouldn't. Yeah, I like Vlad in the second round in 15 team formats, so
Yeah.
that's a good one there. And he's not a speed guy.
Right.
He's a batting average guy. And like
Right.
I said, that's been kind of my bugaboo throughout the years is batting average. So
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see with some team one with two closers already, Mason Miller and Devin Williams. Once he got Otani and Turner, he's concentrated on the starting pitching and the relief pitching. So it's an interesting build to watch. Team nine, kind of doing a little like you with Skeens and then going heavy with power speed guys there. But doesn't have a closer yet. But again, in 12 teamers, it's interesting. Man, the closer situation this early in the season is rough, especially in 15 teamers. I mean, you can get 2 in 12 teamers, but so much up in the air.
There you go, Greg.
All right. Now you're starting to add on.
Adding on those strikeouts.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Yuri? Miami.
Hey, he looked good the end of last year.
Yes, he did.
Coming back from injury, so
Yep.
I give him kind of a pass for the first half of the season or so. But isn't the kid only 22?
Yeah, he's young, definitely.
So yeah, I'll take a shot at him here in the 7th round as SP2.
Yep.
But it's funny when some of these guys are making their picks. Like a couple of these pitchers that have gone in the past round, I got like a dozen pitchers before them still on my rankings. So
Yeah.
I like seeing that kind of stuff.
Do you do your own projections or anything, or you're just doing your own rankings? What do you do for the
I'm just
offseason?
doing it. So I'm looking at some skill metric, some core metrics I like to look at, and then I rank the players based on that. I don't have any projections at all for pitchers.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my spreadsheet right now on one of my screens, and basically I have up their second half stats from last year, along with some core metrics I like to look at, and I rank them based on that, and that's what I go off of. I got the ADP in my spreadsheet, so I know what the sheep are doing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I do it.
So how important is the ADPs? I mean, it's a roadmap, obviously. You can see where other people have traveled, right? That doesn't mean you have to travel down that road.
No, I mean, I'll use the ADP tonight to know when to take the players I like.
Mhm.
Okay. That's what I'll use ADP for. So if there's a guy I like, I can see what round he's going in, and if he's a real important cog, I'll try and get him maybe a round early.
Yeah. Of the 10 stat categories, you said you've struggled with batting average. Which is the hardest one to fill in 15 teamers and then 12 teamers? Because it could be different, right?
I don't play a lot of 12s, Greg, so yeah, I'm not really sure. 15 teamers, it's always the ratio categories. Like for
Really?
hitters,
Yeah.
it's batting average, and then for pitchers, it's that ERA and WHIP.
Yeah.
It's just so incredibly tough, and the waiver wire is barren in 15
Yeah.
teamers.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that I'm always concerned with
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get a guy who had a good ERA or whip last year, and then all of a sudden he blows up and it throws everything out the window for your. And that's when you got to adjust. Like, am I going to keep playing him or, move on?
Right.
Because you just can't get behind so early in the season in those, racial categories, right?
No, I hear you. I agree. That's why I wanted to listen. I'll keep going back to it. That's why I want Scooble. He
Yeah,
sets. He gives
yeah,
me a lot of margin for error. Not that I
yeah,
need it, but he
yeah,
gives it to me. So I
yeah.
can stream the pitchers in the 12 team league off the waiver
Mm-hmm.
wire for those double starts
Mm-hmm.
much more easily because I have the nice base with Scooble.
Yep. Yep. There's a good pick. I like this kid from Miami, Augustin Ramirez. He looked very good last year. He's another one like 23-ish or so.
Yeah, power speed guy too.
Yep.
Just his park's kind of shitty, but
Yeah. Team 12 getting some bargains. Bryce Harper falling to the end of round 5. Mookie Betts at the beginning of round 6. I'm sure likes that. DeGrom at the end of, or at the beginning of round 4. So that's 37.
hey, that's these 12 teamers. I mean, the
Yeah.
audience watching. If you like draft and you don't want to get stressed out over the 15 teamers because they are challenging, more challenging. These 12 teamers, there's going to be people falling, and I can only pick one guy around and whatnot. So you're liable to get a pretty nice team in these 12 teamers
Yeah.
and guys that you really like, guys you don't have to jump too much. Because it's a 12 teamer, and me sitting right in the middle, I love it because I can cherry pick guys falling.
Yeah. I asked you at the beginning, what was your KDS? Did you just let it ride or did you like the middle?
Well, I kind of like the middle,
Yeah.
but I think I put like 1, 2, and 3
Yeah.
up top. But
Yep.
all right, let me
Yeah,
see.
it's hard to not take one of those top 3, don't you think? I mean, offensively, that's a good start.
Yeah, I was trying to see how the other rounds would set up based on where I drafted here. All right,
All right. I'll let
there you
you
go.
ask.
I locked up a position. You like that one?
Back-to-back catchers or in the first 8 rounds, you got 2 catchers.
Who does
Explain
that?
yourself.
Must be a moron.
Explain yourself.
Well,
Got me all choked up.
So I'll compare it against Nelson's team. He's got the big bats at first base, right? Look at those guys.
Yep.
Vlad, Olson, Alonso. He's got major power coming. How am I going to combat that? Listen, I got major power at the catching positions.
There you go.
Scarce positions. I'm still going to get power bats at first base. We'll see what Nelson can do at catcher.
Yeah.
He might get a 12 homer guy at catcher. That
Yep.
eats up a lot of that advantage he has. But
Well,
we'll see. Nelson's a good player.
You're done with catchers, that's for sure.
Well, Sal could play first base, Greg.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It is true. There's Nolan McLean. This is a good area that we can start watching these younger pitchers. McLean, obviously, Mizraski, and some of those. So let's keep an eye on them. They seem to fall between, in the 12 teamers, round 8 and 11. Another closer, Ryan Helsley, goes to Baltimore. Team 9.
I mean, look at these closers falling. You got Helsley in the 8th.
Yeah.
I mean, he should be pretty darn good, right?
Yep.
8th round.
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
If Baltimore can win some games, he could be. Framber even in the 8th round after signing that $115 million contract as the number 2 to Scooble. Heck, he's making more money than Scooble.
Shit, I took the wrong guy.
There you go, Pete Fairbanks, I guess. Team 4. Closers could still be found. Bednar, Williams went round 7. People are starting to get the closers, though.
Yeah. Fairbanks in the 8th. He's a legit closer.
Yeah. Goes Blake Snell. good pitcher, but I don't know how they're going to use him. They'll probably save him for the playoffs. They don't even need him during the regular season. That's the problem.
That's
How
the
many?
problem with the Dodger pitchers. You know,
Yeah,
they got so many of them, they can baby them, and they're already going 6-man rotations.
right.
It's a little challenging.
But all those wins are out there possibly. So, but yeah, I took Snell in DC, and I probably took him too early because I don't know how many starts he's going to get this year. But
What round did you take him?
I don't even remember, but it was earlier than this, so I wish I wouldn't have. But
Yeah.
I saw him blow by my Brewers in the playoffs, and I think I got brain fart there. But yeah. All right, Drake Baldwin, like him as a catcher. Good young guy going at the end of round 8. Some interesting roster builds here, which I like. Robert going to the Mets. Could he stay healthy? Could he?
I wouldn't bank on it.
Could
I'm
he?
not banking on it. No, come on.
He could. He's still young.
He's hitting at the bottom of the scummy lineup too, you know, so nah. Always hurt.
I know. I got him in a keeper league, so I'm trying to build him up. This is the year. This is the year. I got him on the cheap. I don't even remember what it was, but I got him on the cheap.
Keep building them up.
Yeah. Good looking physical specimen. How does a physical specimen like that get hurt? Guys like you and me, they're out of shape. We don't ever get hurt.
He probably has too much muscle.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely. Here we go with the second base position. You getting worried here at all? We got 4 off the board already.
No, there's some second basemen I like late. But again, these 12 teamers, I can just go fishing here.
Yep. There's a hamate bone injury out there that you might want for second base, so keep an eye on him. All right. Cruising along and getting 30 minutes through 8 rounds into the 9th round already. Again, these go pretty good. 30 rounds. Somebody needs some speed.
He took my guy.
Somebody needs some speed.
Not.
Well, he had Kurtz, Raleigh, Schwarber, so he definitely had, and now he's got Eugenio Suarez, so I guess he needed Simpson. That's a lot of power on that team to start off. All right, what are you thinking here?
All right. It's between 2 guys here, offensive guys.
All right. Keep that batting average up.
Yeah.
Oh, better flip a coin pretty soon. Ooh,
there we go. There we go.
George hit over 300 last year. My goodness.
Yeah. He changed, he's trying to hit more fly balls. Too bad he didn't try it earlier in his career, right? But hey, better late than never, and had a pretty incredible season here. So I'm not banking on the same thing. If he puts up the same type of season, he's a 2nd round pick. So
Absolutely.
I'll take the discount down to the 9th round.
All right. Is he a little old for this team or not? Perez, Springer.
I got a nice mix, Greg.
All right. You do have young guys, definitely.
And that, hopefully Springer brings a decent batting average with him.
Yep.
That's the problem with the guy Nelson took, Rosarena. He's shit on average.
Yeah.
He's going to
stolen
drag
bases,
it down.
though. Good for stolen bases. He's got Ramirez, Rosarena, Bellinger can get some. There goes Chase Burns, is another one of the rookie pitchers that we've been talking about. Nolan McLean, Chase Burns. Burns, boy, he was a fab pickup last year, right? Like 400 plus, 300 plus.
Monster.
Yeah.
But, I think he had that forearm strain or something late in the year, and he throws that fast. And hey, we'll see if he can come back and do what people think.
Yep. Hunter
He
Green and
got
Burns.
some nice metrics about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy.
He didn't perform to what everybody bid on him for. But yeah, Hunter Green and Burns, let's say those guys could stay healthy. It'd be a lot of fun watching those two guys back to back.
Oh
O'Neill
yeah.
Cruz, rough year last year. Lots of potential. Let's see if he can bounce back. Team 11 banking on Strider and Cruz bouncing back. How's it feel in these 12 teamers compared to 15, like you say? It's a walk in the park?
I mean, I'm liking the team I'm assembling, so
Okay.
yeah, that it feels pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the bench is going to look pretty good. The rounds 10 through 20 is going to look pretty good. Yeah, I can't complain. But like I said, other teams are going to look pretty darn good too.
Yep, everyone feels good about that. There's Hader. It's interesting. He's still not 100% in spring
Yeah,
training, so we'll see what's up
look at
with him.
this discount though. What was that, 10th round?
Yeah, no doubt on a winning team too with Houston. So, yep.
I mean, he still
Valencia.
has 6 weeks to get healthy.
Yep.
So
We'll see his value go up or down over the next 6 weeks, if you will. It's an interesting round with Hader, Palencia, Pagan, and Bichette. Bichette, very interesting there with the Mets now. Gossman. Another good, lots of potential here in round 10 if everyone can stay healthy. If everyone
right.
could stay healthy. Jeff Hoffman, another closer. Now to you. A run of yellow.
I mean, this pick will probably sweep it, and might just stop unless I miss this guy being gone. Nope. There we go.
Ooh,
There we go.
You want me to read out the check now or not?
I mean, if he's the Wheeler of old, you can.
What do you think about that?
How many teams are in the online championship total? Like
Well,
a couple thousand?
2,800. 2,800.
Okay, so I got to beat 2,800 teams. You got to take some shots at some people.
You got to take some
right?
shots. You got to take some shots.
So Wheeler's a second round guy, and who knows? Maybe he's shot, but
Yep.
all the reports sound pretty good. Maybe he misses the month of April. But if I get the Wheeler of old for 5 out of 6 months in the 10th round, sign me up, fuckers.
There you are. Well, you got him. That's what I said. This round right here is a lot of potential if everyone can stay healthy, right? Gossman, Bichette, but Wheeler, absolutely. If he's healthy, if he hadn't gone down at the end of last year with that, I guess you call it an injury, don't you? It was an injury.
It wasn't an arm injury, so that's good.
No, it wasn't. Some blood thing. So, yeah, he goes top 30 overall. Absolutely. Cade Horton, there's another one. Another guy who was good in Fab last year and then got hurt towards the end. But, boy, he looks good. I like that kid an awful lot. There goes Miz. So here we go. Rounds 8 through 10. This is where all these rookie starting pitchers going. I think we got one more coming pretty soon.
See, now you know why I laid off starting pitcher so long. I was counting on the Wheeler factor in the 10th, Greg.
I like it. I like it.
So, wait, so you're liking what I'm doing? All right.
I understand it a little bit better right now, so. But I did have a couple of Coronas before we came on, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe that's why I think I'm doing decent. I didn't have any. I was tempted to with the in-laws, but I didn't. I held off, Greg.
So you didn't even take your wife out for dinner, did you? Because the in-laws are there.
The in-laws got here at 11:30.
I had a romantic dinner tonight. I'll just leave it at that. No. Just a nice little dinner.
These are fun, Greg. I will tell you.
Yeah.
If you got people out there on the edge, hey, should I play in the NFBC? I think it's fantastic. It's the only place I play fantasy baseball. I love it. And these 12 teamers, who knows? Maybe I'll sign up for a couple more, Greg.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think everyone does feel much better after this one. When you're in a 15 teamer, you have at least one hole in your starting lineup, maybe two, right? And
Right.
Okay, I'll pick it up in the waivers, or that guy's really got to come through. But no, 15 teamers, you're always leaving the draft a little uncertain. Here, you're always feeling pretty good on the 12 teamers, I think. And Mark, I've talked about this many times, but when I came up with the NFBC, I didn't know what the format. I wanted to make it tougher than a 12-team mix. And so I was with Charlie Wiegert, John Zaleski, and I was like, how about 14 teams? And one guy said 16. And I'm on the plane going home, and I'm thinking, there's 30 teams. Why not just 15? It'd be half the player pool, right? Let's try
Right.
15 teams. And then I did it that first year, and guys loved it. So it's not too easy, not too hard, but that's really how I came up with a 15 team. And the first year we were 29 rounds, and Glenn Schroeder and others had said, we need at least one more. And that made sense to go 30 rounds because then everybody started at the front of the draft one time, type of thing. So
Yeah.
after the first year, we went 30 rounds. That was really the only change that we made to the format.
Yeah. Very nice.
All right. Lodolo.
Yeah, Lodolo, like I said, I'm looking at the second half stats, looking pretty darn good to me. And that's why I like it. I go where the numbers tell me, Greg. I don't try and fight history or
I
numbers.
like the
And not
second half.
stats. It's the
I
core
like second
metric.
half numbers that you're using, though. I did that in our magazine all the time, first half and second half stats. And I always felt that was, you know, a barometer of what you could expect at the beginning of this year, right?
Yeah,
You either
that's the
figured
hope.
it out or not.
Especially for pitchers. Hitters maybe
Yeah.
a little different, but for pitchers, yeah, I like looking at the second half.
Yeah. I like Team 7's choice at catcher there. That's a good one in the 11th round. Again, good batting average. Who was I with the other night watching a live stream and he got Oh, that was Chris Liss got him about this time yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, not like I said, Nelson's a smart owner, and yeah, Diaz was a very nice pick for his team.
Absolutely.
Well done, Nelson.
Absolutely. Altuve going in the 11th round.
Probably for the second base, right?
I would think. We sure don't have many orange stickers if that's what the color is. I guess it's orange.
Look at all the yellow last
I
round
know.
and this round.
Yeah, definitely. It started out beginning of round 10, and here we go, right?
So do you think I complimented Scooble fine, Greg, or?
Well, if Wheeler can stay healthy, definitely. If Yuri Perez is as good as he was in the second half, I like Lodolo. I've had him in a keeper league for a long time, and I actually had to give up on him just because of his salary. But if he could just stay healthy, I like him an awful lot. I think Cincinnati's rotation could be really strong if they can stay healthy. But boy, those guys that throw that fast, they always seem to break down.
Yeah, sneaky pick to win the division. Because of that front line starting pitchers, I like them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We're on the same wavelength, Greg.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I hope they don't win the division because my Brewers are in that division. The Cubs are probably the favorites, I would assume, and Brewers got some work to do. But there you go with Yelich. But you know what, Brewers, they just keep churning good prospects out. They traded for Jet Williams. I think he's going to start at shortstop. It'll be interesting how the Brewers piece it together.
Yeah, you think they're going to win the division?
I was watching Buster Olney the other day, and he said their win total is like 84.5, and he said they have athletes at every position. I bet they win 90+ games. I'm like, whoa, that would be awesome. I mean, they got to replace Freddie Peralta, obviously, but we will see. They've been fun to watch the last couple of years. I will say that.
Man, see, there's still pitchers I love here, Greg. I can go the next 2 rounds with pitchers. It's like fish in a barrel.
There you go. Trevor McGill, possible closer, still out there in round 12. Gotta like that. Yep. You have 2, 4, 5. So you have 6 hitters and 5 pitchers at this point. Seems like a fair balance.
Pretty balanced. Yeah.
Yep. Seems about what most others have as well.
So any of my picks, I made a mispick, you think, on any of mine?
No, I don't think so. I think now, are you thinking of a second closer? Or you have somebody in mind later on, I assume, or something?
Second closer, I just like to see who falls. So somebody inevitably is going to fall past where they go, and then that's when I scoop them up.
Because this is 12 teams, so someone could possibly have 3 closers when they leave draft day, right? Or speculate on that. So it's a little different than the 15 team where you hope to get 2, and then that's it. Move on and pick up guys if you have to during the season.
Yeah, from what I remember with the 12 teamers, it's much easier to picking up saves off the waiver wire.
There we go. Another rookie pitcher, Bubba Chandler. I like him an awful lot. I think he's going to surprise people this year. The LV. There's another one. If he could stay healthy, I'm pretty sure his second half stats were pretty darn good last year with Miami.
All right, what are we
And back to
thinking
you.
here?
Let's switch up our ticker here. We also have draft champions leagues. Those are $150. 15 teams, 50 rounds. Do you know 750 players? If so, get in the DCs, baby. Right?
All right, now this one's gonna hit the batting average.
You got some to spare though, right?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I want to
Nice
get those
power last year.
homers. Yep. Little speed.
Did you have
Don't
him on
go to
any teams
homers.
last year? Because boy, he really broke out last year.
Yeah, I had him on a team.
Did you?
Only one.
Yep. I thought maybe the first half was a fluke. He didn't make the All-Star team. And he was kind of mad, and then he came out and kept crushing in the second half.
Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, 35, 40 homers, I wouldn't wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Again, batting average won't be the best, but that's
Right.
why you get some decent guys early.
Yep.
To help support that.
Andrew Abbott is interesting there again. Boy, Cincinnati's got a rotation of guys that can't stay healthy but can sure throw the ball. So if Abbott is healthy and he's like their number 4 or 5, Cincinnati could be lethal. But boy, they got to keep those guys healthy. Alejandro.
Yeah, now Abbott, I'll disagree on. I mean, he's going 18th round. The guy took him in the 12th. That's pretty shocking to me. I probably wouldn't even take Abbott in the 25th, let alone the 12th.
Yeah, the skills are there. You just got to stay healthy.
Just trying to keep it real for the audience, Greg.
All right, back-to-back catchers here, Kirk and Rutschman. You got any hope for Rutschman, or is he just a bust as a number 1 overall pick? I mean, he showed something early on. Last year, there was just nothing there. I think he's a bargain in the rounds where he's going, but you got any hope for him?
I think catcher is a hard position to play. Do I have hope? He's not one of my targets. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Not that I'm fading him, but he's not a target.
Yeah. No, I mean, we were talking. Chris List took him yesterday, and we were talking about that. And if you watch the Baltimore media, they're just so sour on him because they kept him in like the 2 spot, right, or the 3 spot almost all last year, and he just could not hit the ball, drive the ball. But number 1 overall pick, the potential is definitely there for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're starting round 13. We're going to go through round 14. We'll see your pick in round 14. Then we're going to call it a night, but you can see how this goes. Again, less than 50 minutes. We're in round 13 already. This will be done in about 2 hours and 15 minutes, if not quicker. Everybody knows what they're doing in these. We fill them up every night. We have them at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern. I know the 10 p.m. one was getting close. So if you're looking to do one of these, we may have a few more spots left in the 10 p.m. one. We'll start doing some 11:59 p.m. ones here as we get going into March. But yeah, these are filling every day. Same with the online or the Draft Champions National Championship. Those are a lot of fun. 750 players. This is our 23rd year in the NFBC, just so everybody knows, between baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. We've awarded $115 million in prizes. We hope to give at least 10 or 11 million more this year. So good luck to all. Dennis Santana goes to team 5. He was a nice bright spot at the end of last year.
Let's see. I got 2 guys here, Greg. 1 pitcher, 1 hitter.
All right. Well, make it good because you only got 2 more on this live stream.
All right. Let's see. This guy normally goes in the 11th, and here we are, the 13th. We got to bring some more thunder.
Oh, careful with the average. Oh, my Brewer man. William
Yeah.
Damas.
There's
There's Cam Schittler. There's another rookie pitcher. Look good in the playoffs. All right. What do you think Adames is going to hit this year?
It's hopefully like 28 to 30 homers, maybe 10 steals, boatload of ribbies. We'll see.
Average.
If he gets lucky with BABIP, maybe 250, kind
Yeah.
of be a neutral type of batting average. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, he hit better than that in Milwaukee. The batting average, it went down last year, but yeah, absolutely. Westberg.
But, I don't play the ADP game, but, I like Adames to begin with. And when he's 2 rounds past ADP, and I don't have my middle infield filled, Greg, some people already have their middle infield filled.
And you might need a shortstop for the first part of the season, too.
Good point. So you kind of fell into my lap here.
All right. I like it. All right. All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun working with you. We'll wait for your next pick and then we'll call it a night. But you haven't been hounded by your in-laws or grandchild or anybody tonight. I'm proud of your family.
Yeah, they're all upstairs there. They got the grandson to keep them occupied. So
they don't even care about you.
Yeah. I mean, they live 3 hours away, so they don't see him very often. So when they do come down and see him, they like to spend time with him, obviously.
Absolutely. Good stuff. There goes Trey Savage. So that's really like that whole group of rookie pitchers. And Savage going that much later than all these is kind of interesting. So
that was the other guy I was considering with the Adames. So very nice pick by Team 11, in my opinion.
I agree. And I mean, he'll be really interesting, right? He started at Class A last year, and then he's in the World Series and looking damn good too. So, Savage, Schittler, Mizorowski, Horton. I like him. Chase Burns, right? I like them all. So keep an eye on all those. Nolan McLean, he's the number 1 of those guys. So all good stuff. All right, I want to thank everybody that's in this league. We filled it up today, and everyone doing a great job being ready with their picks. Makes this live stream very, very smooth. We'll try to do a few more. I'm actually traveling on Monday, so I won't be doing any early next week, but definitely we'll try to get a few more here before we go to New Jersey and then to Las Vegas. We're at the Rio in Las Vegas, March 18th through the 24th. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it, Greg.
I know we'll miss you. We have the Friday night party in a 51st floor suite, 3,000 square foot suite, a pool outside, a balcony outside overlooking the strip. It's going to be glamorous. I know it's going to be really, really good. I think there will be a few cigars smoked outside, and that's fine too. So, but I will see you and Jason at Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas.
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a lot of fun.
That's going to be
excited
epic.
About that. I had trouble finding space, stayed out there a little extra after the live events and met with a good salesperson, and I got to have it here. Got to have it here. We were able to pull it off. All right. End this live stream in a big way. 150,000 on the line with this pick.
Oh, geez, that's pressure.
I know. I like to bring it.
All right. So, since second base is so shitty, let's here we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Another young guy. See, second base, no problem, right?
Yeah. Now he's going, I don't know, 11th round, according to my ADP. Here it is, the damn 14th. And exactly what I needed because I didn't have a second baseman, right?
There you go. I like the roster build. I'll give you an A on this one tonight, all right?
Hey, thanks,
but you got 16 more rounds, though. You could still screw it up.
You mean I can get an A+?
There you go. There you go. Mark, always good hanging out with you. I appreciate you doing this with me. Have a great season. If I don't see you beforehand, I will see you at Caesar's Palace in September. All right, my friend?
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for having me, Greg.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.